Good day everyone. We are here to present to you our research entitled Tips and Aid in Reducing Mathematics Anxiety Among Grade 11 Students for the school year 2019-2020. I am Ms. Maricel Oropilla.
And I am Ms. Mariz Lansak. For our context and rationale, Según Panintan 2018 emphasized the type of students we are facing nowadays. With the present generation of the 21st century learners, teaching mathematics through a traditional classroom settings beats few, if not none. Changes in the improvement of the mathematics learning as well as the behavior of the students towards the subject. So this pushes us, the researcher, to use these strategies with the aid of pedagogical approaches found in the classroom observation tool for teachers. Knowing the students' feelings and reaction towards the approaches will help us know whether the strategy is really effective. Utilizing a tool like Strossometer will also help us to know whether the students find enjoyment and achieve learning.
For our research questions, specifically this study sought to answer the following questions. What are the pretest achievement level of the students before the implementation of the TIPS strategy? What are the post-test achievement level of the students after the implementation of the TIPS strategy? What is the stress level of the students before and after the implementation of the TIPS strategy? Is there a significant difference on the stress level before and after the implementation of the strategy? Is there a significant difference on the students' achievement in the implementation of the TIPS strategy between pre-test and post-test results?
For our action research method, so our participants, so the study employed the pre-experimental one group pretest post-test study. So to choose our participants, so there are 5 sections handled by the researchers in this school. 1 out of the 5 sections was selected to become the subject of this study. The selection was done by conducting a pretest of the 5 sections handled by one of the researchers. The section with the lowest mean result and with much level of mathematics anxiety using the mathematics anxiety rating scale was chosen as the respondents.
For our data gathering method, a 20-item diagnostic test was prepared by the researchers based on the learning competencies from the curriculum guide of the general mathematics topics, particularly on the topic rational functions and its graph. Researchers asked permission to the teachers of the junior high school together with their head to validate the test questions. Researchers administered a dry run for the validation of the test items given to the respondents not involved in the study to determine the reliability of the instrument. In addition, the researchers utilized learning videos on the topics using the khanacademy.org and the PowerPoint presentation. During the class discussion, pedagogical approaches was used, especially the collaboration, differentiated instruction, reflective, and inquiry-based learning. A stressometer was determined before and after the class discussion. The pretest was administered before the intervention and post-test was given after the intervention.
For our data analysis plan, so to analyze the data gathered, we use the following statistical test tool. We have the mean, the standard deviation, and the pair t-test. Mean and SD for the scores in the pretest and the post-test, and then the pair t-test used in the comparison of the pretest and the post-test and the comparison of the stress level.
For the result, in terms of the pretest, there are 7 students who got a score of from 9 to 12, 35 students who got a score from between 5 to 8, and 13 students who got a score of between 1 to 4 with a mean score of 6 and a standard deviation of 1.94, interpreting that they are on the developing stage or level. For the post-test, there are 30 students who got a score between 13 to 16 and 26 from between 9 to 12, and we only have one student who got between 5 to 8 with a mean score of 12.71 and a standard deviation of 1.96.
So in the comparison of the pretest and the post-test, in the pretest we completed mean is 6 and in the post-test it is 12.71. It has a mean gain of 6.71 showing an increase of 111.83%.
For the level of stress of the respondents before and after the strategy, the application of the strategy, we have the mean average of 6.56 with a standard deviation of 0.86 before the implementation, and after the implementation we have 3.29 and with a standard deviation of 1.43.
And then to test the difference between the stress level before and after, so we use the paired t-test. Our completed p-value is 17.42 with the p-value of 0.0005 in the decision of rejecting the null hypothesis with the interpretation of significance, which means that there is a significant difference between the stress level before and after the strategy.
To test the difference between the pretest and the post-test of the students with a mean of 6 and a standard deviation of 1.94 before the implementation of the strategy, and after the implementation of the strategy we have 12.71 with a mean of 1.35 with a computed p-value of 26.665 and a tabular value of 1.96. The computed p-value is 0.00, where the decision is rejecting the null hypothesis, indicating that there is a highly significant difference in terms of the pretest and the post-test.
For our reflection, the results have shown that teachers may produce, increase, or reduce mathematics anxiety among students at all levels of schooling through their attitude, behavior, teaching methods, and formal instruction or instructional strategies.
That's all.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.